What up, what up, what up? Friday. At least, to me, it feels like Friday. Captain, it's Wednesday. How are you guys doing? As always, in the beginning, we're just doing an update, which is kind of boring. So we're going to switch to this scene. How are you doing? What is happening in your life? The last time I went live was Friday, and on Monday I honestly just didn't feel like it. Sometimes you just, just have one of those days. Did you guys see the ZO2 video that we actually kind of did together on stream? What is it? 2 weeks ago? Yeah, it was the previous weekend, not this one, the one before. We're coming to an end with this book here and the rewrite of the shopping application from the practical functional programming book, and Gabriel almost finished writing the second one, so we'll see what's up there. I didn't get it yet because I'm not a big fan of unfinished things, but as soon as it's finished, I might have already bought it, I don't remember. Hey man, what up? Not much, just chilling and stuff. How are you? As always, let me know if the music is still out, if you hear me fine. We should be good. I don't even remember exactly what we were doing. Actually, now that I'm seeing it, I do remember. So I was too lazy to finish this one. Yeah. So we were moving the shopping cart to here, right? And get and update were the only two that were that had a little bit more code, and I decided that I want this part to be done by the gate, okay? Which is why. What is it called? Get all user items, right? So get all user items is going to do this for me, which is why it looks like this. All right, cool. And then I was kind of lazy to do the update, so that's what we're gonna do now. So we're just gonna grab it like that. And straight to business. All right, so this one is going to be gate, and what is h get all? Who came up with these names? It's probably hash something get all. What is? Yeah, hash getter. Okay, so it's probably hash get all. I don't know what's worse, like this or symbolic names. So in our case, we kind of know. Do you recommend learning Haskell before diving into FP and Scala? Very short answer. I spent 40 minutes of my entire life programming in Haskell, and therefore, no. It's I'm not trying to be offensive here, but I very often hear questions like this. It's I want to learn how to run. Should I learn swimming first? What do you mean? It's you want to run? I have a bit of a military mindset. If you want to run. If you want to do Scala, do Scala. There's no prerequisite, but I'm really not trying to offend you, So it's just that it's such a very common question that, it triggered a little bit. So, so this is pretty much get all users, right? What is the difference between? Oh, there is no difference, right? So h get all, yeah. So it's just that this one we did on Friday, and I didn't remember. So it's basically exactly the same thing. So it's our get all user items. There we go. Flat map to list, traverse, pretty much the same deal, right? Traverse was an underscore, throws out whatever's returned and returns unit. It's just like a helper thing, so that you don't need to do like dot void. All right, so this seems to be like very similar, right? So we read the thing, and then we do a flat map, but for some reason this part is not in a full comprehension. I don't know if it's me, but this music is a little bit, where is it? Maybe it's a little bit too loud. Let me know if the music is too loud, because I have a way to turn it down for me, but I don't turn it down for you. So please let me know if it's like too aggro or too loud, and I'll turn it down. No worries. The reason for asking was that I was told Scala FP libraries were trying to bring Haskell to Scala. It's sort of like past tense, right? So the history is kind of like. By the way, remind me to go back to the code scene. So the history was like this: that we had a library called Scala Z, and they pretty much like copy pasted stuff from Haskell, just converted it to Scala, right? Then there was some drama, and Cats came along, which was pretty much just like other people doing kind of the same thing, but was like better documentation and free books and stuff, right? It's still very close to Haskell, but a little bit adapted. For example, like one of the things that like you kind of don't do in Scala Z, and both in Scala Z and Cats, is that you don't like covariants, right? You don't like subtypes, right? And then kind of like chronologically speaking, Monix came along, and then Cats Effect came along, and then Zio came along from Scala Z. Like I might have messed up the timeline, but essentially like today, we're trying to. It depends which library. Like some libraries like really trying hard to sort of like say no, we're not just about Haskell. These are libraries like Zio, and there are other libraries like Cats or Cats Effect. They have no problem being just like a better version of Haskell, right? So yeah, but in the past, yeah, like this is how it was. But this is like what, like 2011, 2012, 2013, when we were just like copy pasting stuff from Haskell. We were just like figuring this stuff out, and I believe like right now the community is in a good place, right? So if you kind of don't want to do a functional programming, like pure, like hardcore pure functional programming, you can go with Lightband stack. You basically have like futures and stuff everywhere. Or if you want to do functional programming, you can go like either like sort of like, I'm not gonna say hardcore, but like closer to Haskell, who's either like basically with tagless final, right? With Cats Effect tagless final, or you can just like grab like already existing effect type like Monix or Cats Effect or Zio. Today I would probably choose Zio and go with that. And then like especially if you learn something like Zio, you really don't need Haskell. Ironically, though, the RIO type and this whole pattern of Zio, like this effect rotation and stuff, this was actually inspired by Haskell. Like Haskell actually has things like Rio. Yeah, no worries. Like this is what we're here for. Like usually I would do like separate Q&A streams, but it's been a while that we did this. So I actually really want to encourage you guys to interact, to ask questions. Like this is why we're here, right? This is why it's like live, so that you can ask questions. Like this thing, like we're gonna get it done eventually anyway, right? I'd much rather like answer your questions. All right. So for some reason, like this thing is not in a full comprehension. So I want to bring it to like the same kind of look like here. And this is how we will see the differences. Okay, so this is pretty much like this, and therefore like this is going to be the ID, right? So it's pretty much the same thing. All right, so it's like this. There's probably like only one flat map, right? Like I didn't pay attention, but that's probably the reason Gabriel didn't use the full comprehension. Okay, and then we have well, probably, yeah, so probably like this whole thing is like inside, and this is this is a unit, right? Because it's an update, right? So it's probably like this, something like that, right? And then like yield nothing or something. And then, oh shit, was this thing inside or outside? Okay, so this thing was outside of the whole traverse. Okay, so it's gonna stay like this. All right, like this. So it's gonna be like something like this. Okay. We might as well just remove the comp, get some syntax highlighting. Okay, so we're like getting this stuff, and then like flat map, and then to list, and then traverse. So similar to how it was done over there. So it was like this, right? And then we're like that. Okay, so over here we're doing like cart and then dot items. Okay, but cart is just a data structure. I didn't pay attention. Okay, so it's just a data structure. And then we have get ID, whatever, and then traverse, and then we're doing like redis hsat. So hsat. Okay, I remember it was like these nested buckets. Okay, so this is like user ID to string, and then the key, which is probably like the item ID or something like this, right? Yeah, whatever. I think it's the item ID. And Q, what is Q? Oh, this is quantity. Yeah, so it's probably like user ID, quantity ID. User ID, the item key, and then the quantity, and everything is strings. So we're gonna call it. We should steal the name. We probably have something like this already, right? By the way, guys, fun fact: like 5 minutes before I started streaming, the light went out. This is why I'm a bit late. And then it came back 2 minutes later. So what does that items do? How do we use it? Okay, let me have a look real quick. I just want to keep the naming consistent. Yeah, okay. So see, like add items is like user ID, item ID. Yeah, it's literally the same thing, right? Like this whole thing, hsat and then expire, UID expression of value. It's the same thing, UID expression of value. So it's literally the same thing. It's just that it's spread out. Does it need to be spread out? Because it can expire just like Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That's not a problem, but basically this is so this basically means that this one is going to be add items hold on. I don't want to call it like add items and expire. Yeah, whatever. So this one is going to be add items and expire. Okay, and expire. And then maybe we just shouldn't have it. Also, we're adding only one item here, so it should be add item, right? Add item and expire. And then we're gonna have add item. And then we're gonna have expire. But that's just gonna be without the item. Also without the quantity, like what else were we expiring? Oh, yeah, exactly. So we don't need the expiration value. We're just gonna go like expire. How did we do this? Was for the authentication stuff. Did we drag the expiration thing along? Oh yeah, we did. All right, so this thing is, oh, shopping cart expiration is a separate thing. All right, so this is gonna be like a, oops, come on, don't be like that. Okay, so we probably don't have this type, but it's fine. Okay, so and because of this, we need to have like a config, right? So we need to get like the config because we need the expiration thing, right? Because at the end, it's gonna come from config, right? Who calls make blah 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 card expiration. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, config card expiration, obviously. Okay, so we're gonna say config, which is gonna give us config, which we don't have yet, but it's gonna be a final case class config. I love this fact that we have like our namespaces, right? So we're in a namespace like shopping cart, and therefore like I can call like, I can call a bunch of things config. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna yank this to the closing brace, go here and paste it over here. So this is gonna be our config, and this is gonna be like an half of config because tagless final, blah blah blah. Everything needs to be in algebra, blah blah blah. So this means that we need to get our config at some point. Well, how about here, right? So we're just gonna go like gate dot. Oh no, hold on. Hold on, over here as well. Right. So, okay. So this means that we also need the expiration value over here, into the closing brace, and over here. Oops. All right. So we're I'm usually not a big fan of overloading functions, but this is such a like in your face case that we're actually gonna go with it. Okay, so this is gonna be like an item like this. All right. Okay, so this means that are we gonna go with a flat map or we're not gonna go with a flat map? Flat map or full comprehension? Let's go with a full comprehension. This is for education anyway. Yield blah blah blah, so this goes here, whoops, oops, underscore blah, like this, and over here we have our config, which is going to be gate.config, or was it gate config, whatever, gate config, and this is going to be config dot, was it called XP? I think it was called XP. Yeah, so the same thing over here. By the way, I'm not saving the file, right? Because I don't want errors. I guess a full comprehension over here as well, and it's gonna end over here, and we're gonna yield this, like this. So this is gonna be config get config, and this is gonna be blah. We're gonna clean it up later. So this is going to be gate add item, and this is going to be a gate expire, just like this. We probably don't need that either. That as well. That as well. I think we're good. We're also gonna make sure that, like, I think we already have made sure that this thing already has the correct type, right? So there is no K, like this is already the ID, and this is already the ID, which is like the item ID. Let's call it item ID. Okay. Q is quantity. Quantity. I have zero problems actually calling it quantity. I think something like this should compile. Let's see. Ah, so close. So close. Second try. Come on. Item ID? No, ID. Alright, and this is config.exp. Man, we're so close to first try. Alright, yeah, obviously we don't have the short shopping cart expiration, so let's go steal it. Alright, so this is a new type, which means it has to be some sort of object. So we're gonna go and put it into, I forgot, do we have a package? We have a package object. Nice. Okay, so we can just like throw it in, I don't know, somewhere here. Alright, new type, final case class. Ta-da, final duration from Scala concurrent. Nice. Alright, let's get like that. Organize imports. Why not? Cart total. Okay, so now I cannot derive equality and show because this is interesting. Why? Why? I found value, blah, blah, blah. We didn't touch that part though. Oh, hey man. How's life in Colombia? So at this point, I'm confused. So we're gonna go Kate and also, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, like, I had like all of these like thermal throttling issues, and I actually repasted my laptop again for the first time since I bought this laptop 3.5 years ago, and I think we're good now. Also, today is relatively cold, so we should be fine. Where were we? We were just in core, right? I think I'm happy if core compiles. Okay, so Mattels was not lying. Not found type card item. Whoa. What do you mean? Did we just leave it like this? Dev inside your shop. Oh, it's inside of items. Why is it inside of items? Is it part? Cart item inside of items? Where are we using this? Oh, because we can convert item into a cart. Interesting. Are we actually doing this anywhere? Okay, so we're doing it here, which is like literally the only place where we do this. Okay, so first of all, like, cart item should not be there. No. Cart item be. Well, that's the thing. Like, I want to remove this thing. Let me do this. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this. Okay, like this, and I'm gonna save that. What? Why? It is true, but why didn't you tell me this before? How? Oh, I accidentally removed it. See, there's no diff. Do you use the default VS Code key bindings? I'm not sure. I don't think so, because I switched from Sublime Text a couple of years ago, and in the beginning it like asked me like, hey, do you want Sublime key bindings? And I think I said yes. Yeah, and also like these days I'm using Vim, like Neo Vim inside of VS Code. it's not an emulation of NeoVim. It actually talks to the real NeoVim instance, right? It's called embedded NeoVim. So I guess the answer to your question is no. Right, hold on. Let me go back real quick. Yeah, see, like this is where I accidentally removed it. Okay, so we go like this, and we're going to this boundary over here, and over here we're just gonna like throw it in real quick. And what I'm gonna do is we're in Scala too. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, so it's gonna be like private implicit final class cart item ops private val self, which is a cart item, and it's gonna extend any val because I care about performance. Yeah, pretty much like this. Okay, and so it's gonna be like dot cart, and like quantity is gonna come in, and we're gonna cart item self quantity like this. Okay, so this part should be fine, except for the fact that we can't find cart item, but this is exactly why we're here, right? So we're gonna go to cart item, and we don't need to have it here in items anymore, right? Like nothing here uses it anymore, right? So we're gonna grab it, and we're gonna go to, was it a new type? No, it wasn't. Okay, so we're just gonna go like this. So there's gonna be items dot, and okay, so we're happy here. We are, where is it? Okay, so this is in items. And what type is match? Okay, so cart item wants, wait, what? It wants item. Okay, so this is not cart item, so this is item. This is items dot item. Right. There we go. So let's not forget to go here and ask Metals to be so kind and remove this thing. Well, extract this thing actually, like this. There we go. All right, so we're happy here. We're happy here. Everybody's happy. All right. So this means that this boundary is pretty much finished. Let's extract the config real quick, like that. Yep, save this one as well. All right, we're good here. We're good here. All right, so I believe we already have a thing called has config, right? Yeah, has config, app config, and therefore we don't need this, right? Yeah, great. So let's have a look at this stuff real quick. Hold on, we're doing get all items, which is an app of something, and then we're doing another flat map. Okay, but now we're in the full comprehension, so we should not need this. Okay, so this is okay, first of all, let's make SPT happy as well, real quick. Yeah, you can. Let me show you in a second where like which one I'm using. All right, day 20. So installed NeoVim. I believe the author is Alexei. Yeah, I thought it was Alexander. Yeah, Alexei Svidlakov. For some of you who don't know, I speak Russian. I was originally born in Ukraine a long time ago. Yeah, so it's this one. See, bunch of stars, bunch of downloads, and yeah. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to refactor this, and usually like whenever I refactor, like right before this, I commit, right? Because like maybe I'm not satisfied with the refactoring, I just throw everything out. So this thing over here is going to be, what was it? So item ID to quantity. And then we're going to list, and then we're going to traverse. I sometimes call these maps like quantity, because like, because maps extend apply, and then I can just give it an item ID and it will just give me the quantity. But I don't believe we're doing this here anyway. So in fact, we're not even using the quantity. So let's go like this. Let's call this items. Let's call this items. Okay. And over here, we're gonna go items dot traverse, right? So basically, like, this stuff is gonna go away. Like, usually I don't recommend like doing like so much at once, but I feel like I know exactly what like how this will end up. So I'm gonna map, right? And then like what we had before was like to list, and I only need the first item, and I always forget how these things are called. I believe in cats it's called like 1F or something like this, right? So basically it's gonna do like map and then just like get like only the first item, like this. So this is gonna be items, and then we're gonna do traverse, and then this is gonna be the item ID, and so we're not gonna need this, and blah 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 blah, and this is the end of the traverse, and then we do like get out expire, which means that we can also go like this, like that. Let's see, this is probably too much, something like this. First try. All right, so this is like the item IDs now, right? So I'm gonna call it item IDs. Okay, like this is the beauty of functional programming, right? Like you can just like rearrange stuff and it's just still gonna work 99.99% of the time. Okay, so card items that so you get items from the card, you throw them in Redis. Oh, this is so close to just like adding them. All right, so this is going to be it's going to have like exactly the same signature. It's not going to have exactly the same signature, or maybe it will. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like get this thing out. Like this. Let's call it blah for now. Let's just make it compile first. Okay, so it needs the card. Okay, it needs the item ID, but the item ID is going to be, it needs to be a partial function. I'm sorry, carried function. Item ID. What else? Item ID. And the user ID. Okay, so user ID is going to be here. User ID, whoopsie. There we go. Okay, so this is pretty much an item as well. Let's see if we're gonna be fine. Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay, and so because it's a because it's a carried function, and also I would like to have the return time, please. It's not any. Come on, don't give up on. Okay, so because it's like this, we can go here and we can delete everything around the curly braces. Well, actually we could have like change everything around curly braces, and now we can just go here, add item, user ID card. Come on. Actually, it should be like an update, right? So we're calling like add item. should be like called like something like add or override, because we're just adding it to Redis under the same key, and obviously it's going to override it. So it's going to be absurd. So absurd. So this is going to be absurd item. How does update actually work? Like, who calls update? Right, so like this is the update. So we go up, let's see. Oh, come on. Oh no, we have routes. Cool. Okay. Wait, what? We're getting the whole cart? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. So we're doing like on front end, like in the JavaScript and a bunch of stuff. We're doing like a bunch of manipulations, blah 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 blah. And at some point, JavaScript is gonna be like, yo, throw it in Redis so that if the user closes the browser and then reopens it again, which is gonna load it. So yeah, it makes sense. Okay. But it is basically an absurd, right? Yeah, it's a set. It's a set. That's why it's called set over here, right? That's why it's a set. It's not an add item. So yeah, let's go with the same name. So this is gonna be like a set item, and therefore this thing should be called set item, and therefore I was like, where is it? It's like right here. Okay, so therefore this one is also going to be called set item, like this. Okay, so you have like two versions of set item. Maybe we should like collapse it as well, like that, so that they're kind of like more visible. So one is like, one has the expression, one doesn't. All right, so this one is pretty. This one is not. Yeah, we're gonna reflect one as well. Okay, so I'm happy with that one. Not happy with this one. So it's also gonna be a full comprehension, and we're gonna yield whatever. Oh no, we actually need the card total, right? So we're gonna yield this thing like that. Okay, and so this is okay. So this is this weird map thing with the item ID and quantity. So this is basically card like whatever. Item ID to quantity. Okay, and we're gonna do the same trick, right? So we're gonna go like map, and we're gonna go like to list, but in this case we actually need both of them. So we're gonna go like this, like these things go away. These are going to be items. Item ID to quantity. Dot reverse filter, blah 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 blah. This is fine. Now we're not gonna have this map. This is this one, this is that one, and I removed one too much. There you go, first try. All right, and so now we're gonna move this one out in a private def as well. So this is gonna be private def blah equals, and then we're gonna grab this thing. We're gonna yank it over here. So here's the thing, like this is basically a tuple, And in Scala, you can like relatively easily convert like things from a tuple to not a tuple. And by the way, I don't remember, like I haven't checked today like how many of you guys are here, but don't forget to hit the like button so that more people stumble on the stream. I can never trust this thing and this thing. I'm pretty sure that more than 3 people are here. Right, so this is blah, and for this we're going to need the item ID, right? So it's going to be like item ID, which is like items dot item ID, and this is going to be the item ID, and we're also going to have the quantity. So what I was going to say about like tuples and not tuples, I have not made up my mind yet, because like this private dep, like the only purpose of its existence is to make like this code look pretty, right? And let me show you. Let me just finish tapping it, and then I'll explain what I want us to explain. Okay, so it needs like this and that, and I believe that's it, right? And the return type is Apple option code. Yeah, something like that. By the way, like this is like car items, and like, so this is like what item ID to quantity items with quantities, which is basically a cart. All right, maybe I should call it a cart. All right, so this is basically find items by ID, right? So find items, right? And so if we go, so this is the list with a tuple, right? Well, here, right here, like this is the list with tuple, and so if we go like this, right, and we just say traverse filter, find items, it's not going to compile, right? But we can do, dot tupled, and it really depends on like which compiler flags we're using, if it's going to compile or not. I believe it was like x source 3, like what I just did would compile, but I believe without it we would need to do this, something like this. Tupled 1p, there you go. Okay, so maybe it would have worked like this. No, it doesn't. Okay, so basically we're helping out with like the array expansion. We're forcing the array expansion. We're converting a method into a function, and a function has a method called tupled, right? So we're basically converting this function into a function that instead of taking 2 things, just takes a tuple of those 2 things. Okay, we could also like just like, because like the only purpose of the existence of this function is so that we call it like literally like 2 lines above, and so we could as well just like put the tuple over here, and then we'll have like a bit of uglier code over here, but whatever. Also, I believe we can do function dot tupled. Yeah, we can do function dot tupled, which is going to be slightly right. Function dot tupled, find items. Yeah, actually we're gonna stay like this. Like in Scala 3, like this would be, this would be super pretty, right? Because you would just go like this, right? And then this is the end of the conversation, right? Because then, it's beautiful here, it's all good, right? But yeah, but we're still in Scala 2. So we're gonna go like this. All right. So this for comprehension is not beautiful. This for comprehension is not beautiful. It's probably not going to comprehension at all once we're done with it. I mean, this is already but I'm just gonna leave it for now because it's gonna make it easier for me to the gate. Okay, so let's just throw it in. Also, let's have a super tiny break with questions. You guys have any questions? I'm gonna drink some water. Yeah, there we go. No questions? All right. So I guess we're gonna go back to coding in just a second. Oh, Chris is streaming. Ooh, let me try one thing. Let me try one thing real quick. You guys hear me, right? Yeah, you hear me. Okay, so let me think. Let me see if I can create a redirect. Oh, he didn't add me. Man. So there's this guy, he streams a lot of Vim stuff. And I was like, dude, like I'm looking for people like where we can do like where we can do those rates, right? Like YouTube doesn't call them rates. And this is like the first time where we're like streaming at the same time, but he didn't add me to this weird list. So let me see if he's actually still streaming. He is streaming. Oh man, okay. I'm gonna have to talk to him later. All right, so actually, I'm gonna be right back because my girlfriend just came back. So just give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, so where were we? We were not letting me rest because we wanted more code. All right, so we're pretty much down was the boundary over here, which means that we can go split up the gate. There's actually not much to split because everything is in Redis, except for ghetto. No, this is also Redis, right? Like everything was Redis. I know, hold on, there's find by ID. Right, so this one is Postgres. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. So, boundary, let's have our own workspace over here. Save all. Yes, this is correct. All right, so we're good here. We don't need this. We're good here. All right, so I forget to look up which one it was. I close it. So I need to know which one was for Postgres. So it was items find by ID, right? So it's inside of get, so it's where's the boundary for the shopping cart? It was this one. Find items by ID. Okay, so this one was in trade store. I think at some point, like I have a to do to like rename all of them to the persistence. Okay, but whatever. F blah blah blah. Like this, and this thing is over here, and so this thing extends storage. What the hell am I doing? There we go. We already have an extends. Okay, with storage. All of these are going to be inside of Redis. Okay, so let's put Redis like here. Okay, and as already mentioned, like even though we're like at the core layer where we actually don't know that we're going to use Redis for caching instead of like I don't know etc or was it etc or etcd? No, etcd, right? Or something like this, right? But it's not a big deal. Like all like most abstractions are leaky anyway. I'd rather prefer to have some clarity. All right, so delete inside of this thing, paste here, and go here, and it's going to be with Redis for F. So these are our buckets, right? So we have config, we have storage, we have Redis. Okay, so let's do our classic kumbaya over here. Def make or some F. So we're going to create. We need. Okay, so we need has config, which is has config of F config, and we need well, yeah, close. Okay, so this is going to be just a gate, and this is going to go away, and over here we're going to have a new gate, and by the way, guys, let me know if you hear the TV, because I'll close the door if you do. Yeah, there we go. Help. There. All right. Obviously. Oh my god. Like I still don't know what is better. To let the GitHub Copilot do this, or just do the whole thing manually. Okay, so config is like this, right? Which is like has config.config. Config, okay. Override F, okay. So the others are this one, override, and we're gonna go storage dot, yes, like this. And now we're left with these ones, like this, and like that, and like that, and like that, and like that, and like that. All right, so this is going to be yes. Oh, come on, like this sometimes. All right, and this one is going to be yes, correct. I'll have Copilot. All of this stuff is not necessary in Scala 3, but still, Copilot is awesome. All right, so Redis dot yes, and Redis dot. There we go. Ta-da! All right, so our facade is ready. What is all of this nonsense? Go away. Cool. cool. Our facade is ready. Our boundary is ready. Like the only thing that I'm concerned with is that, oh, actually, we're not doing anything like to JSON and blah blah blah. We're only using like show and stuff, right? Cool, cool, cool. All right. So, show. All right. Which one are we gonna do first? I think we should do. I think we should do this one first. Yeah. So, where's our persistence? Bum, 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 bum. Items. Let's do like this one, for example. So, new folder, shopping, cart. By the way, this is a big difference to how Gabriel had it, right? And this is like I've been trying to stress this point like so often. So because it like basically just goes and finds items, he has it in items, right? And I'm a big is it opponent of this? I don't like this, because the thing is that if everything you do with items, you just like keep shoving it into the same algebra, like it's gonna be huge. And I don't like this. Diffs are crazy, bugs are more likely, etc., etc. It's so common these days, right? You know, like you have some like orders, right, and it just grows like without end. You have some central object, you know, like orders or product or I don't know, like whatever domain you're in, you know. So a couple of streams ago, we realized that this like find items thing is actually not used by any route in the items. And I was like, well, what's the point of putting it into the items algebra? And by the way, like the way Gabriel did this is basically is that like I'm sort of like gasping for business logic over here, and he called like all of them services, and I kind of thought that this is the business logic, but it turns out like he didn't treat it as a business logic, even though it is, right? Because like I don't like it like, you know, that route comes in and you go straight to the database, you know, the request comes in and you go straight to the database. Like even if it's just like redirecting, like to me it's still some business logic, because later if you actually want to add like an if else over there, I want to have a space for it. Okay, so let's also change the music. Let's go with this one. I really like this one. Actually, let me check something real quick. You're gonna see only me for just a second. All right, cool. Cool. And I wanted to show this. Okay, so like that. Okay. All right, there we go. So, what was I doing? I was doing here. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we actually have find all items here anyway. So we'll probably need items over here. So we're not gonna need this. We're not gonna need any of that stuff. Yeah, all of that stuff is gone. All of these things are gone. Let me see. Yes, so this is now shopping cart. Correct. There we go. Perfect. All right, so it's stealing time. So what he did was like items.find by ID, and for some reason I cannot press like I want to go to the implementations. There we go. Exactly. That's exactly what I need. Okay. So it's basically this. Okay, and we just need this select by ID query. Which is here. All right, so let's grab that. Let's go over here, put it down. And this is SQL. That was way too easy. That's more like it. Items dot. Items dot. And items dot. Items dot. All right. It looks like we're not doing anything with streams. And do we even need monad cancel throw? Maybe. What do we need? Monad. Yeah, exactly. So, nice and easy. This is Postgres. Done with that part. So now let's do the config part. So config is here. Okay. So what do we have there? So we need only one. Ah, perfect. Ah, this is exactly what I need. So we're gonna copy this one, and we're gonna go here. It's gonna be new folder, shopping cart. There you go. I'm just gonna paste it in. Over here, it's gonna be shopping underscore cart like this. Okay. So, okay. So this is going to be to do find the proper key. Like as a reminder, like I said this already many times, but I understand that this is live, so maybe you haven't seen all of this. I actually don't really care about the runtime, right? So I don't, the whole purpose is to see if this thing compiles faster, right? This whole split. So like even if I don't change this name, it doesn't really matter. Okay, but let's make it compile first. So this thing was called, what was it? Expiration something, right? It was like card X shopping cart expiration. That's what I said. That thing. Okay. And we actually need to see how this is done because it's a duration thing. Maybe we're just lucky. Hold on. Let me just guess. So probably, what if I just go, was it finite duration? I don't remember. Hold up. Come on, go there. Come on. Shopping cart expiration. There you go. It's a finite duration. Okay. Finite duration. All right, so this thing worked. And it needs a show. Why does it need a show? Oh, because we don't need the secret. We don't need the secret. So we can just go like this and like that and like that. All right, yay, yoo-hoo, cool. The only thing that I need, is to do this find the proper key. And the proper key is, so I probably need just to find as shopping cart expiration. Really? Hold on. Shopping cart. Trade shopping cart, object shopping cart. I wanted to see where expression comes from, right? Where you saw this before? It was it was like in the main where everything is assembled, right? So it comes from cart expiration. So where's the config being loaded? Over here. Okay. Okay, there we go. So that's pretty much cheating. Okay. All right. Which means we actually did not need to do what I just did. Okay. So it's pretty much just that. Config of blah blah pure. Okay, so you don't need this, and we don't need that, and we need this. And okay, so for this we need just a functor, no, applicative functor, applicative, and we need import cats syntax all, and we don't need cats fact. We need cats. Ta-da! So yeah, like technically we wouldn't even need to put it here because this is like all the Cyrus stuff, but you know, whatever. And I make everything a lazy val. Everything that doesn't need parameters, it's just automatically a lazy val. All right, so we got this thing. Cool, progressing really well. So now we just need to do Redis. So cache Redis, Redis for cats, there we go. So, okay, we only had like, okay, so this is like the only example that we have. So we're gonna copy this and we're gonna go and like new folder, shopping cart. Okay, so this is now shopping cart. Delete this. All right, so we're going to. Oh yes, yeah. So we're gonna keep like doing these things. Okay, so I'm just gonna like keep it here so that I remember what to copy paste from. Well, basically, like, look, they are all the same. Yeah. All right. We don't need string to token here. We don't need anything. Did we even need functor in the previous one? Let me check where I just copy pasted it from. Do we use the func? Do we map somewhere? I don't map anywhere. Come on, really? Oh yeah, because I didn't save the file. Hold on, let me save it. Okay, so because of the void. Isn't there like tupled whatever? I'm just curious, like, isn't there like a tupled something else? No, like tupled underscore or something like this. But we'll still probably need a functor. Anyhow, so we're over here. We don't need any of that stuff. And we're going to ask metals to do this, and hopefully it figured out all the types, and I think it did. Yeah, it did. Nice. All right. So this is Redis commands, right? Oh, it has everything. All right, so I'm pretty sure that, like, over there in the shopping cart, he had, yeah, same thing. Okay, so yeah, we can pretty much like just grab this one, for example, and go back to Redis in shopping cart like this, and let's close to the right like this. So it was pretty much like this, right? Yeah, it's pretty much like this. It's just that we're gonna do this tuple thing instead of that. So All right. So set item is going to be exactly like this, just without the expiration. Okay. Double. Let me double check this. Yeah. So see, like he's doing like the underscore over here. Actually, we're doing the same underscore, but he did not need to do this, right? Because it was returning a boolean. Yeah, like this is the benefit of having like these per use case things, right? Because like it returns a unit anyway, right? So if we go to the shopping cart boundary, right? Like over here, we don't need to do this underscore because set item already returns an f of unit, right? So our code becomes per year. Okay. Right. So we have this expire is pretty much that. Again, void, which also means that, yeah, same thing, right? Over here, same deal. We don't need void because, you know, because we're doing exactly what we need for this boundary to make this boundary pretty. All right, remove item is, well, this thing, right? I don't remember where we do remove item. Okay, so it's a one-to-one thing. Okay, hold on. Like, I don't know, for some reason, I can't press Control F12. Okay. Okay, so this means that we have a route. What do you mean we're not using it? Did we not do the controller? We did, right? Shopping cart. We did. So where is the remove? Remove item over here. Why couldn't it jump there? All right. So yeah, so this is almost done. And okay, so by the way, we don't need this thing. Okay, so get all user items. I think it was this one, right? No, hold on. Where are we using this one? Okay, so this is the stack of get and stuff. Okay, so this is just like h.getAll. All right. So we're gonna v2 dot one more, yank it, and go here and paste it, and there we go. Yeah. So this is exactly that part that is commented out over here. This one. Is it though? Yeah, it is. Right. So it's like this. Right, and then that and that. I believe this is the one, right? Okay, so now the other way around. Okay, so we're getting this, which is, okay, so get all gives us like a map of string. I don't remember if map has traverse, so for now I'm gonna do map to list, and so this is gonna be something like result, and this is gonna be arrest traverse, and like this, and this is gonna be like a case key value, and this is gonna be a full comprehension, And we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna yield, ID and quantity, blah 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 blah. And now we're gonna need to go to back to map. Okay, so we need flat map, which means, okay, let's see how far we can go. Okay, we need ID. ID is, we don't have ID. We didn't steal ID. ID was a D. We did. It's right there. So ID. Wait, what? What you mean? Probably it's in the wrong compilation unit. Oh yeah, it's in the Postgres skunk. Okay, so it's over here. All right, let's move them real quick. So it also needs like easy. Oh yeah, I remember why I put it there, because it talks about UUIDs. Yeah, I don't care about it anymore. Like usually I would let my database layer choose the type of ID. But I'm too lazy right now to do this whole techless final thing. So I'm just gonna grab these two files. Oops, no, these two files. I'm gonna cut them out, and I'm gonna put them into core. Dev inside you paste. Yeah. Oh, easy UID is already there. Okay, so this is the problem. Okay, delete permanently. And all right. So this was a mistake anyway. Okay, it didn't cut them. Okay, delete permanently. Delete permanently. Okay, so why is it crying something about Gen UID? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, so for this, why is it here? Because it has the force sync. It's weird. I don't want to move it there. This is also the reason why we even have this cat spec tutorial stuff, only for this thing. Okay, so this is going to be to do go as defer, and therefore move all of this UUID stuff into core and remove cats effect util. Okay, maybe we'll even do this today. We're doing like 1 hour 20 minutes, so we should be fine. All right. So this means that I'm gonna cut these out and I'm gonna put them over there. All right. Oh, see, like this is the problem. We don't have monocle there. This requires. I don't know. We can actually keep this one there, right? Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. This is not fine because it needs both. I don't want to add monocle. I don't want to rebuild. Okay, so this is like the worst case scenario. Like, you should not refactor code when it doesn't compile. But I'm just gonna wing it because we're here for entertainment anyway. So what I want to do is I want to cut this out. I want to put it over here, right? Actually, the other way around. Like I want to cut these out, and I want to put them over here, right? And so now we don't have sync over here because there's no way in hell that I'm gonna have cats effect in core. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with defer, which is in cats. Okay, and so now over here we're gonna defer, and I believe it's called defer, right? And over here, this is going to be pure, which is going to come from syntax all. Ambiguous something 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 f. Can't find this applicative. This is correct. Here. There you go. Okay. Do we need this? We don't. Great. Yeah, in fact, we actually need applicative throw. Alright. Problem solved. And so we don't need cats effect. And this one is going to be called like for defer. This also means that we don't need cats effect usual. Cats effect. All right. Don't need that. Don't need that. Come on. Cats effect. Enter. Delete this whole thing. No. Cats effect. Euro. Come on. Okay, all the cats effect doodle stuff is gone. Which means we now should have ID over here. It is over here, right? That's ID, blah blah, ID. Come on. ID, blah. Oh, it's just an object. It's just an object. Okay. Could not find a place for Genu ID. Okay, so we need Genu ID. Genu ID. Alright. Could not find mismatch f of nothing, f of b, blah, monothrow. Okay, so this is gone, this is gone, this is monothrow. Happy? Okay, so result is now what? List of item quantity. Oh yeah, no, this should be result. All right, great. We fixed all the things. All right, so let's import the build. Wait a couple of seconds. You guys have any questions? Don't forget to hit the like button so that more people stumble on the stream. It said that there's only one concurrent viewer, but I don't believe in this thing. I really believe that there's more of you here. Let me check my phone while it imports. All right. So it finished, which means that we can go over here and remove this thing, and it's going to allow us to remove it, right? Yay. Right, so 10-year refactoring, we're almost done for today actually. I'm extremely happy how it, so this pretty much means that in boundary, in boundary for the shopping cart, we actually don't need any of that like this. This is interesting. Why did we not need to do this? It's because our gate is amazing. Yeah, and also our set item returns unit, right? So we also don't need this, right? And this is now just like one thing, right? So this entire for comprehension is just like unnecessary now, right? Like this. Well, we just yeah, this is why we have the underscore like this, okay? And now we could even like, yeah, whatever, we're gonna leave it like this. So Redis, yeah, so this is the last thing that we're gonna do, is we're gonna go like as always was like private def blah equals, and then we're gonna grab this thing, we're gonna put it over here, and oh, by the way, also notice that they don't have anything in common, right? So we can parallelize this thing. So so we need K, which is a string, and we need B, which is a string, right? And it returns this, right? But they're completely independent from each other, right? So first of all, it's gonna be no. So it's gonna be here, right? Like function dot tupled blah, and blah is well, I usually call them transform or convert, transform, something like this, right? But like look, like this thing and this thing, they don't have anything to do with each other. So it's literally partupled. What's the fastest way to do this? D to I, D to M, this brace. 4 goes away, there's a comma here, and then we're gonna go with dot partupled. Okay, ta-da. I don't even know, like maybe we will, is it gonna figure this out? No, too much. All right, cool. Extremely happy how this whole thing went down. We should not need, okay, no. So this is gone. This is gone. This should be gone as well. Right, so we're gonna do it manually, right? So it's gonna be like items dot, oops, items dot, here as well, here as well, here as well, here as well. Okay. And here as well. Very nice. Cool, so pretty much done. We just assemble it real quick. So let's grab something that also needed Redis, like users, middleware, DI. Something like this, right? pretty much only need the Redis. Yeah, let's grab this one. New folder, shopping cart, and paste. All right. So this is going to be shopping-cart. Yeah, we cannot have a hyphen. What a weird limitation, by the way. They should have totally allowed a hyphen in the package name. Okay, we're actually creating a controller, and it's going to be controller.make. One's a boundary, one's a gate, one's has config, one's Redis. That's it. And we probably don't even need this. Value make is not a member of controller. Wrong number of arguments. Yes, so like this. These are how we usually do this. Right, so for example here we go like this. Oh, control implementation. Yes. Implementation. Alright. We actually do need the middleware. Where do we need it? We need it here, so we need... It jumps into the wrong one. Hold up. Controller, implementation, and shopping cart. There we go. We need this one. And it's here. Middle, yes. All right. So with this one is we need to be careful. We need this one. All right. Not enough arguments. Has config. Storage. Redis. Oh, we don't have storage. Okay, yeah. We need to grab the session thing from, I don't know, for example, here. Postgres. There we go. I believe this is the first one that actually touches everything. Did we call it? How did we call it? Did we call it storage? We call it storage. Storage equals Postgres. Is this how we usually do this? Come on. I'm getting too tired. Oh yeah, okay. Storage, Postgres, implementation, .make, Postgres. So this one is what? Find an empty parallel. Okay, so non-empty parallel. Let's see. Oh, that's it? Nice. I just want to have a look real quick into program, like how do, like, I just prefer to keep everything in order. So usually it's like Postgres and then the middleware. Okay, so we have Postgres, Redis, middleware. Yeah, whatever. So let's do Postgres, Redis, middleware, and over here as well. Yeah, over here it's Postgres, right? Config Postgres, right? Yeah, it's fine. We should switch like these ones. All right, cool. And so now we will assemble it as shopping cart .di.make and Postgres, Redis, and I believe we need the user's authentication middleware, right? Could not find blah 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 blah. What do you need? What is the problem here? And finally, this is applicative for G. What G? Hold on. Postgres, Redis, authentication middleware. You should be fine. Postgres, Redis, middleware. Which G? Which G is it talking about? I don't get it. Can I prove that controller valve? This is how we're doing with the other ones as well, right? Oh, it needs to be an F of controller ref. Yes, of course. Of course. This is just like something that I only recently decided that I would like to wrap everything into an F. There we go. All right. Kind of scared me there for a bit. Let's also sort them. There we go. Oh, hey man, you're coming like totally at the end, right? Yeah. We just finished the shopping cart. Well, not the whole application, but like the shopping cart. So in fact, like the only thing that is left. Hold up, let's see. So there's the checkout thing. Modules. Right, so we did orders, we did shopping. Okay, so there's also like health check. Health check is kind of quick, but the main one is the this one, checkout. Let's have a look at health check real quick. It was Postgres, it was Redis. Where is it used? Okay, so obviously it's used in health routes. Okay. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, this is just an import. Okay, so there's health routes and like this one. Like, where's this one used? Okay. Okay, so it's just, yeah. We only have 19 minutes left. Oh, what the hell? Let's go do this. Are you guys still with me? Yeah, you are. Don't forget to hit the like button. So, let's go to the health check. Why not? Okay, so health routes. Let's start there. Let's just copy it. We're clean now, right? Okay, so we're going to delivery source, Shopee, and we're just gonna call it health. New folder, health. Let's see how fast we can do this. So this is going to be the controller, and let's go grab some sort of controller. Yeah, perfect. This one is super tiny. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like that. So, no routes, no authentication, no authentication, no nothing. It just wants a monad. Blah 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 blah. We don't need this. This is gonna be routes. No. Okay, there's a router for health check. And it's gonna be routes off, and like just like this thing inside, like this. Okay, so this is pretty much everything. Status is what? It's like a boolean. It's app status. Okay. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh my god, okay. So we're just gonna throw it in. Where are we? Here. And just gonna take it out of here. Like that. Something like that. Just gonna throw this out. This is gonna be boundary. And which means that we need the trait boundary. We're just gonna have. I'm starting to regret the fact that I do this now. Status, which is gonna give us, what was it? App status. That one over there. Okay. App status, which is okay for now. It's like over there. Let's see. Yeah, so this is dev inside you, Shopee, health. Don't need this. Okay. Could not type check what? Okay. Oh yeah, that fixed it. Okay, so this sometimes happens like we had this before that when the imports are not at the top level, then it doesn't really compile. Okay, so let's clean this up at least a little bit. So these things like this, oh man. Okay, so this one we're gonna move out. By the way, it's just a personal preference. That's a bit of a Scala folklore. Where is this one used? Come on, please tell me that this is used somewhere. Okay. Why is it underscore bool? Why can it not just be bool? I kind of want to go like this. Still compiles. Okay. Okay, so now this thing can live in core. Okay, so this is the first thing that we're gonna move into core. New folder health, and let's see if metals can do this for us. It cannot. Okay. New file status. All right, and we're just gonna grab this, paste it over here. Grab a couple of imports, paste them over here. Not this one, not this one, not these ones, not this one, not new type. So there we go. Okay, this means that we cut it out, right? Yeah, we did. Okay, so this one is final. This one is final. This one is final. All right, so the boundary needs to give this status back, but we cannot have the encoder for it. So we cannot have those encoders. Okay, and they're all new. Well, they're not all new types. This one is not a new type. All right, so we need encoders. So for now, we're gonna go like this. All right, and we're gonna go with implicit lazy val encoder, and it's gonna be encoder for Redis status, and it's going to be, what is it, derived encoder that comes from cats, what is it? Cats generic semi-auto. Semi-auto? It's not like this, right? It's IOSRC. There you go. Okay. Okay, we also need the encoder for status first. Okay, so encoder for status. And this is encoder for Redis status. Because it's a new type. Yeah, so we need to go like Redis status dot deriving derived oh. Deriving, yeah. Both blah 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 and blah 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 blah. Okay, it's the wrong status. So, oh, we already have the encoder for status. Okay, hold up. There you go. So we have this one, and now encoder for Postgres status. And the last one is encoder for app status. So this is a derive encoder. By the way, I noticed that like I was sort of like by default deriving like these things. I was not deriving them. It was Magnolia. I probably should. Yeah, so I probably need this. Let's try this one. Yeah, I was just like used to doing that other one. So to do this everywhere. All right, so now we can okay, so first of all, so Gabriel put them all into, oh, but it's gonna scream at us. Oh my god. But it's only gonna scream at us because if it's a package object, if it's a normal package object, it's not gonna scream at us. Whatever, I don't care right now. So new file app status .scala, and also new Scala file, which is going to be a package object. All right, so these two guys are going to be here. Come on. Like this. And these two, this one is going to be here. All right. 5 minutes left. I think now it totally got confused. Oh yeah, this thing is not there anymore. Like this. All right. So it should totally be able to do this. I think it's like metal's not clear in the diagnostics or something. Come on. Just like it doesn't. Oh, it means that I switched the language accidentally. All right. How many of you guys are here? Okay. Hit the like button, please, so that more people stumble on the stream. we go. Ah, why? Why? All of a sudden you cannot do this. Let's ask SPT. So in this particular case, I'm interested about the delivery portion, which is not called delivery, it's called delivery, blah, 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 compile. Not core, compile. It just compiled like 2 seconds ago. I just moved them out. All right, that's gonna take some time. You guys have any questions? Wow. That was actually very, very fast to compile. 55 files in core. This has to be some sort of hold on, let me clean the core and let me clean the okay. I really don't know why. It was able to do this like a second ago. The only thing I can think of is that it's in a package object, but what's the big deal? And there I was, wanted to do this quickly. am I doing something weird with new tabs? Like, why can't it all of a sudden derive things anymore? It did this like just 2 seconds ago. I mean, okay, technically, okay, so for this one, we would also need the show for status, right? But show for status, and this one is show for Redis. And now I would need to bring in something like what is it, like from just string? Okay, so this is clearly not the problem. Like, how? Okay, I'm very sure that we need to, like, I don't know, clean or something. Like, I don't know. Clean everything. Something super weird going on. Oh, and by the way, over here we actually changed the build. Let's also do this. He doesn't want to do this. Okay, so my only hunch is that it really doesn't like the package object. Well, we never had an issue with this before. Okay, so let's for now go with healthy. And this is now health status. And this is now healthy. Oh, I guess the compiler is getting confused because of the package object and the other things, like depending on each other, we have like a circle thing. Like Gabriel had them all in one object. Oh, Scala. Okay, so, okay, so how about now? So this would be like healthy dot. Same thing over here. Come on, this has to work. Let me try one more thing. Because we had this before. Come on, you two. We never had an issue with this. Like, what is happening? Like, we have been doing like this deriving thing like all over the place. Like, for example, over here. actually, hold on. Oh yeah, but this is only because of this thing, right? Really? Come on, seriously? There's only an encoder. Where the hell is the decoder? What? Oh, the package is encoder. Oh man. See, like this is one of the issues of the Scala 2 again, like because it cannot have top level definitions, you need to have like things like this. It didn't like help us at all. This is literally what we're doing, like rather category name is the same like in the package object, like blah. It's exactly like we have been doing all this time. Do we have health anywhere else? We don't. Okay, so the only last thing that I have, like the last idea that I have, is putting them all into the same thing. So clip it real quick. So I'm gonna like cut this out, put it over here, and I'm gonna like cut this out, put it over here. Come on, like when they were there, it compiled. Okay, and the last thing is let's not make it a. Where is it? So again, like this is just gonna be like healthy. Oh, by the way, I didn't notice this. Like maybe we should do this. Okay. Okay, didn't help. So, like really, like, okay, healthy. All right. Really, like there was something about like having an ADT inside of a freaking package object and whatever. Ah, how I hate that the fact that Scala 2 doesn't have top level definitions. Oh man. Okay, so we don't need these anymore because okay, so this is gonna be health package object, and we don't need app status. We don't need this. Yeah, it's gonna be like this. Like this. Like that. Like that. Like that. Man, oh man. Oh wow, I removed my comment. Okay, so extract. This, like that. Like that. Okay, so we can move the boundary up. Okay, so we're happy here. Unused import what? Source codex. Item source codex. Items source. Good to know. All right, so gun whip and shove it in. All right, so compile everything just so that I'm happy. And let's do this thing super quick, right? So import io source generic semi-auto. Like this, and we're going to replace it with that thing. Unfortunately, I cannot like yank it with the was the WIM stuff, encoder and decoder. All right, good here. Yes, do it everywhere. Ta-da! Cascade compile. And go to this one. Oh no, I forgot to actually have the import keyword. There we go. What else? Yes. I'm actually starting to realize that I should not have needed to do this like manually. Okay, so I think we're good. Nice. All right. Git push, and let's have a quick look. Did we actually end up needing this money monoid? That was probably for... Where do you use it? What do we need it for? Ah, there's a fold map. All right. Oh, actually, maybe Magnolia can derive the entire code. Which one was it, Adams? No, which one was it? There you go, for example. Like, does it maybe have... No? Could have been cool. I'll never name these variables. It's on shopping artists. Call this raw. And oh yeah, maybe there's a traverse on that thing. No. Item ID and quantity, that's pretty much a cart. All right. What else? All right, cool. Shove it in, force push. We're done here. Done here. Let's also do an SPT compile because we changed like one super tiny thing. Anyway, we're pretty much done for today. Do you have any questions? Are you still here? Don't forget to hit the like button so that more people stumble on the stream. All right, nice. It's all pushed. It's all done. Let me see. Let me see if Chris is still streaming, and then we're gonna hop on his stream, and we're gonna tell him that he should add me. I think we streamed for too long. He's not streaming anymore. Yeah, he's not. All right. Cool. So we're pretty much done for today. Do you have any questions? I'm gonna check my phone for a couple of seconds if you have any questions, and then we can wrap this up. Cool. So I guess no questions. So I see you on Friday unless something comes up. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, and peace.